Hey guys, I'm Holly
I'm Amelie.
and we're the Unfiltered Flair. And so this is Amelie's first time recording as co-host today. So I just thought it'd be a really good idea to get a bit of background on Amelie, a bit of her diagnosis story, and just go from there really. So Amelie, if you want to get going with your story.
I'm Amelie. I've had ME and fibromyalgia for 7 years now. I first got ill when I was 14 and I'm 21 now. Um, I It's been really difficult dealing with that, obviously coming to terms with having chronic illness and adjusting my life to having a chronic illness.
Yeah.
Um, it's been an adjustment, but I feel like the last couple of years I've really found myself in them, I guess. And last year I really wanted to just do more for my chronic illness. I feel like I'm at
Yeah.
home all the time. I'm not doing anything, and I just feel like I don't really have purpose. And I just wanted to do
Yeah.
awareness. Yes, that's why I
Yeah.
made my TikTok account, was just to spread awareness about chronic illnesses, because I feel like it's something that is just sort of not no one really talks about them, and we kind of just out sight out of mind. And I
Yeah,
think it's really important
absolutely.
to bring awareness to them, and
Yeah.
there's a
And
lot of
I think still in this day and age, we're getting, those comments on people using the disabled glue and disabled access and stuff like that when
yeah
they have invisible illnesses, and people can't see that. And it is still questioned a lot. So I think bringing awareness is so important because there's a whole number of things you could possibly be dealing with that no one knows about.
yeah I think that is so true. And I think since becoming chronically ill and disabled, you're so much more aware of other people's needs and
Yeah,
other people, and you're like, well, you don't really know what's going on with that person. So
exactly.
yeah, I think with my family as well, they're just so much more aware of other people and being like, you don't know what that person's struggling with, so don't question them, and
Yeah.
just
It
try and
makes you
help.
more empathetic, I think, in a way, because you can
Yeah,
kind of you can judge people really easily, like, why is that person in a mood? Why is that person walking around with a horrible look on their face? Those sorts of things. But it's absolutely true, and you just don't know
yeah,
what
exactly.
that person has going on in their life. I remember when my nan passed away, really silly, but I was walking around Tesco and I just looked like my whole world had ended, which it had. And I remember, like, the cashier, who I kind of knew, was like, why do you look so miserable? What's happened? And it's just like, you have no idea that my personal life has just completely crumbled to pieces and
Yeah,
I'm not just in a mood. Like, so you do have to give people a bit of grace. And I think chronic illness teaches you to do that.
yeah, I definitely think it does. I think you are so much more aware of other people and their emotions, and
Yeah.
just even little things that you're more empathetic about. It's just everyone's situation, I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
did you get diagnosed with both fibro and ME at exactly the same time, or was it one after the other?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure I was diagnosed the same time,
Yeah.
by the same doctor. He diagnosed me with both. Um, but I think all the care that I've had has been for my ME. I haven't really
Okay.
received much for my fibro, and I realised it was because I had it on my medical records, my NHS medical records. It only said about my ME.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I had to get
Wow.
updated. I've had such a problem with my medical records, getting them
Yeah.
updated, because they then have taken off my ME. They've put it as a past condition, and
Ugh,
they've updated my fibro, but said that I was diagnosed in 2025, and so it's a
it's
night
just a whole
trying to get,
mess.
yeah, and I honestly trying to get hold of the doctors. I've had two
Yeah.
appointments that were phone call appointments, because I wasn't able to get any in person,
Yeah.
and they haven't called me for both of them. I haven't had
No.
anything, and when I've tried to ring the doctor's surgery both days, they said they were shut, and then I had to call at 2 o'clock. So I called at 2 o'clock, and then it
Yeah.
said the lines are down for the day. So that's it. So it's just
Very convenient.
I'm just trying to wait for another appointment available,
Oh.
because
And it's so important to have your medical record up to
yeah,
date, because
yeah,
if you were to get ill and you couldn't, for whatever reason, couldn't tell them about your fibro and ME, they need to be able to look at that and read it and treat you accordingly.
exactly. And
What a
honestly, it's not.
nightmare.
But these two appointments were for different things. That wasn't for the medical
Yeah.
record. things I need to see them about, but they're not taking me seriously
Yeah.
because they're not taking those into account. Like there was, yeah, I'm not having a good time with my GP.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry. Do you
it's
feel
okay.
like your age plays a part in it as well? Do you feel like maybe perhaps because you are
Yeah,
21, they sort of take you less seriously? Because I
yeah,
feel like that does happen a lot.
yeah. I think that yeah, that did happen. I think when I first got it, that happened as well. I don't think because I wasn't able to very eloquently like explain what was going on.
No, you were so young.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just, I think they just didn't really understand it. I don't think they
Yeah,
really took me seriously. I think when I was younger, though, there was a lot more available, like help. I had help until I was 18. And now, since I've turned 18, there's just been like nothing really. It's kind of, you're an
crazy.
adult now, you kind of have to go and
Deal with it on your
help.
own. And I
Yeah.
do get that, especially with fibromyalgia. I feel like my GPs are very much like it's just something you handle on your own. Like you just deal with it, and
Yeah.
you could be in there literally crying your eyes out in so much pain, and it's just like no, try exercise, try
Yeah.
this, try that, and it's like, and I've recently put up a TikTok talking about how I was concerned about overusing things like
Yeah, I saw that
codeine.
today.
Yeah, and they just chucked me out a boatload more codeine, and you're just like, did you even listen
Yeah,
to
that's
what I
ridiculous.
was saying? I feel like, yeah, fibromyalgia is a hard one to treat. I absolutely get that. And I guess ME, there's not as much known about it, but I would have thought the ME side would be more well known, but I might be wrong
Yeah.
there.
I mean, I think I would have thought it was, but I don't think many people know about it.
Yeah,
Like,
because I'd heard of that one. Like,
yeah,
I knew of that one. So it's
yeah,
just crazy to me. But then in saying that, with like me having type 1 diabetes, you would think people would know of that, and they just don't.
yeah. Because I don't. I'm not really familiar with everything that goes. Like, I know
Yeah.
you know what they tell you generally, but I
Yeah.
don't know everything that goes on with
Know the ins and outs. And I
diabetes.
think it's
Yeah,
important as well because, if I was to be having a hypo in public, it would be good for people to be aware of
yeah,
those signs.
yeah,
Or even if they weren't necessarily aware of those signs, aware enough to know this isn't someone who's being drunk and silly and whatever, they are actually
yeah.
suffering with a health problem. Um, yeah.
What are like the signs then that you?
So really, I guess I more so feel it. So it's shaking,
Mm.
dizziness, confusion, sweating. My eyes, I tend to not be able to see very well. I tend to stop being able to talk if they get too low, to chew, and
Yeah.
then eventually it does lead to things like maybe passing out, having a seizure, going into a coma. So it can get quite
Oh
severe
my
quite
god,
quickly. Yeah, and
that's
I think it's
really
so important for people to know.
yeah, especially with you as like with a young child, that must be
Yeah,
really scary being in
it
public.
is quite scary.
Not
Yeah.
that's gonna happen.
I mean, luckily, my partner gets alerts to his phone, so he can see if my blood sugars are going too low or too high, and he can come home if needs
Uh,
be, or just help me through it, make sure I'm okay, which is really handy. But it
yeah,
can get quite scary for sure.
yeah, I bet it must. Yeah. What do
So,
you do
how
in
did.
that situation?
Sorry.
Sorry,
What
sorry.
were you
What
going to say?
What do you do in that situation? Like, how do you sort of
So
do it?
basically, the only thing you can do is have sugar. So they sort of recommend, I can't even remember because do you know what? I've been doing it for so long, but they recommend a certain amount of a sugary drink and then some fast acting carbs. So, like a couple biscuits or something like that. Um, and then you just wait sort of 15, 20 minutes, retest. And then if they're not above 5, you take again. So it's just about getting sugar into your body and bloodstream as quickly as possible, really.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so it is quite an adjustment. I'm quite lucky that because I've had it for such a long time, my family are quite aware of the how to handle things, and my
Yeah.
friends obviously. One question I wanted for you is how did like your parents and your family handle your diagnosis? You were so
My
young as well.
yeah,
14 is crazy.
yeah. My parents have been amazing. I
Yeah, oh, I love that.
don't know what I'd have done without them. And my mum, especially, she's just My mum's very caring. Like, she's the most selfless person I know, and she's
I love
incredibly
that.
caring, and she just wants everyone to, be okay all the time. And
Yeah,
so she believed me when I said that there was something wrong.
good.
Um, she believed me, and she was on it straight away. And my uncles had both my dad's brothers
Yeah.
had Emmy.
Okay, so it
So
is in your
and
family.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely in my family. It's hereditary. So my dad kind of knew about it. Although my dad was much older, so he wasn't there as much to see
yeah,
it. But he sort of knew of it and stuff. And so my mum just kind of had to. She was the one pushing the doctors on it all the time. She was the
yeah.
research. She's like every day I see her, she's said, "Oh, I saw this new thing." She's all
Oh, love her.
constantly reading up
She's
about
really
it.
advocating for you. I
Yeah,
love
so
that.
she was amazing. And obviously now my little brother was diagnosed last year, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, you did say that's
Yeah,
so tough. So
yeah.
is it something that affects people quite young then? Because fibromyalgia, I kind of assumed you got as you got a bit older, but is ME something that can affect you from quite a young age then?
I think it can. I've seen that a few young people do have it.
Yeah,
I think it just is just a general mix of people. I know that it does
yeah,
affect women more so than men.
typical.
Which is, and I
Yeah,
think that's probably one of the reasons why there's
that's
not
about
so much
right.
research, is because it's so very
It's like
female dominated.
everything.
Yeah.
Like when I've been in hospital before and they've said, "Oh, you've got costochondritis, can feel like a heart attack." Da da da. Oh, but it affects way more women than it does men. Brilliant. Oh, fibromyalgia, way more likely in women than men. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
great.
Okay, we have high pain tolerance.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We're stronger, don't worry. And I don't say that in a joking way. I sometimes think we women, not to be sexist, are so much stronger with all the stuff we handle. I mean, without the chronic illness, like the fact we go through periods and the menopause and whatever else is insane,
Pregnancy.
childbirth, yeah,
Yeah.
pregnancy. We're going to do an episode, I think, on type 1 diabetes and pregnancy because I have a story with that one
Yeah,
for
I'd
sure.
love to
It was
know that.
definitely hard work,
I bet.
but
Oh my god, I can't imagine.
yeah, it was a lot. But so I've been type 1 diabetic since I was 11, so 21
Wow.
years, which is scary because it shows
That
how old I am. But and fibromyalgia, I'm pretty sure I had it a little while before I was actually diagnosed.
mm,
And it was kind of one of those things where I went to the GP with symptoms. The GP kind of didn't really do much about it. I went away and sort of Googled and researched the symptoms, went to the GP and was like, I think it could be fibromyalgia. And he was like, I think that sounds about right. And we kind of went from there. And then recently I've been tested for like other things just to rule them out. But technically been diagnosed, I think, 7 years now.
wow.
So yeah, and fibro, I assume, is your fibro brought on from your ME, do you think? So is it like, because they say trauma can cause it, so is it the trauma to your body due to the ME that's now caused you to have fibromyalgia?
Yeah, I personally think it is. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely think it was. I think they kind of, because when you have one chronic illness, you often develop
Oh yeah.
chronic illnesses, and I
Yeah,
think sort of, yeah, spiraled from Miami.
from having the ME.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think mine was obviously, and I've spoken about this on TikTok, quite open about it, but a lot of childhood trauma. But I
Mm.
think the kind of pinnacle was when my nan passed away because she was more a mum to me than anything, and she died really unexpectedly in quite
I'm
a
really sorry.
thank you, in quite a traumatic way. Um, I think that was like kind of the explosive that was like, here you go, one final curse, you have fibro.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and honestly, I feel like I'd happily take my diabetes over my fibro any day, which is crazy, but in a way, I know how to handle that. Whereas with the fibro, it hits you from different angles all of the time, and it's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. It's so unpredictable.
And I don't know if you find this, but me and my friend was over her earlier, and she's got fibro as well, and she was sort of saying that actually the pain she can handle a lot more than the chronic fatigue. And I
Yeah.
was totally agreeing with her. I was like, do you know what? The pain I can get on with, I can take a couple painkillers. Yes, it still hurts, but I can move on. The chronic fatigue is something else. It
Yeah,
really
it is. And
is.
you know what? I don't remember what it's like to not be in pain, if that makes sense. Like I don't
Yeah,
remember what
you get used
normal.
to it to a
Yeah,
certain extent.
yeah. It kind of it doesn't really like it. Obviously, I'm in pain right now, but I kind of that's just how
No
my
one
normal
would
is
know.
now. No,
Like, I
no one knows.
genuinely would have no idea if you
No,
didn't
I
say.
had no idea you were in pain. Like
Yeah,
it's just
it's
like
crazy.
yeah, like my knee has been so bad at the minute. I don't know what it is, but my right knee is in so much pain.
Really.
Yeah, but I kind of just you kind of just brush it off, don't you?
You
But
just ignore it, don't
yeah,
you?
you're
You're
just
like,
like, oh,
oh,
it's
you're here
another thing you've
again.
got to get on with. But the
Yeah,
fatigue is it's so immense. The other day, it was so weird. I was literally I couldn't get out of bed the other day, and I felt so like weightless,
yeah,
but very heavy at the same
yeah.
time.
Like
My
wading through water, sort
yeah,
of. Yeah,
yeah. And my body I just felt like I couldn't move it, but at the same time, I just wasn't. I felt like I wasn't in my body at that
yeah.
moment. Like I was just, and that was just the
It's
thing. Like it was
awful.
just so weird. I couldn't do anything. I just, yeah.
You
And
just absolutely, yeah.
it's so strange because it's so different from being tired.
I know
It's
I can handle tired, like a
yeah,
little bit tired at the end of the day is fine, but this is like, and the thing that annoys me most is like, I'll say, oh, I feel really fatigued or I feel really exhausted. And my partner will be like, yeah, I'm tired too. And I'm like, sorry, what? Like, you have no idea. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry you've had a long day at work and I understand you're tired, but trust me, it's nothing. My body, and it just feels like it shuts down. Like, I feel like I have to convince my legs to
yeah,
get up and move or
yeah.
like whatever it is. And we spoke about it last time, but like with the eating thing, when
Hmm.
you're just too exhausted to physically put a fork up to your mouth
Yeah,
and chew and swallow, it's insane.
I know because I know, and it's really difficult. Like talking to people about it, trying to explain it because I don't really think I've ever been able to properly explain the fatigue. It's just
Yeah,
something that no one can really understand. I
you
don't think
can at
until
all.
they've experienced the exact same thing. Like
Yeah.
it's so strange. I remember like one of the worst things someone's ever said to me was just because I was so shocked. Not the worst thing, but I was so
Yeah,
shocked. Someone said this to me. They're like,
shocked by it.
"Oh, I'm so tired today. I'm like you." She was like, "They're like I feel like yeah, I'm so
Whoa.
tired." I was like, "Oh my god."
That's when I would have thrown
You have
hands, I
no
think.
idea. You're like one of the most
You've got
helpful people I know.
no clue. I know. And like Tom, my partner, is very careful now to be like, oh, I know you're feeling even worse. And I'm like, it's not about that. It's just some understanding that
Yeah, yeah,
you
my
saying
mum.
you're tired and
Yeah,
me saying I'm fatigued are two different
yeah,
things. But
yeah.
I
My mum's
definitely
like
would have
that.
got very pissed off at that
I was
person.
like, I don't even know how to reply. I kind of just laughed it off. I was like, I don't even know what to
Yeah.
say in
I
that
just wish
situation.
like I could project it onto people for like 5 minutes. Like I don't want to give it to you,
Yeah,
but I just want you to feel it for 5 minutes
yeah,
and see how you get on because I guarantee you couldn't handle it.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
that was like, that is, I always think that. I think, like, I don't know how you would be able to cope with
Yeah.
if you had that.
And the
Yeah.
other strange thing is like can I suppose not because you were quite young, but can you really remember how you felt before having your chronic illnesses?
Not really. Like, it's really
Yeah.
weird, isn't it? I don't really remember
It
not
just becomes your life,
tired.
doesn't it? And you
Yeah,
just don't think about like I can remember glimpses of like, oh, remember when I used to go out all the time? Remember when I used to stay out till 6 in the morning? Remember, but like it just seems like a whole nother life
yeah,
altogether.
yeah. It does. It feels
Yeah,
completely another side of you that just doesn't
yeah.
didn't exist. It's
And
weird.
you might feel the same, but I don't feel like I've woken up feeling healthy
I don't
at
know.
all
Oh my
for
god,
like years.
no. Honestly, I don't know what it's like to not to be pain free. Like I've never
Yeah,
woken up pain free. Obviously, I did beforehand, but I don't remember what
but it
that.
was so long
Felt.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every day there's something that hurts.
yeah.
Yeah.
How's your little brother getting along?
Um, Not amazing. I mean, well, he is. He's doing really well with it. He has his days where he's very I think it hits him. I think this
Yeah,
summer days have been hard on him because we haven't been able to do much because I've not been well and he's not been
yeah,
well. So he's felt very lonely.
Oh,
Because he
bless
hasn't
her.
seen anyone, and yeah, so that really hit him.
How
But
old is he?
he's 11, so he's
Oh, that's
just started.
so young. And you just, at that age, you just want to, like, it's a struggle even when you're older to realise you can't live your life the same way.
Yeah,
But at 11, like, he just wants to go out and explore and be active with his friends and those sorts of things, I imagine.
yeah. It is really difficult because there are like the days that he is with friends, he just completely exhausts himself because he just does
Yeah.
everything, and it's like just remember to pace yourself. But trying to
Yeah.
tell him that when he's having fun is just not.
When he's 11 as well.
Yeah,
And I'm
he's so
guilty of it. Like, I push myself way
oh
past the
me
limit.
too.
And yeah,
Yeah,
and it's so easy to do. You
yeah.
just, life just doesn't always give you opportunities to pace yourself, does it?
No, it doesn't. Like the world
Yeah,
isn't designed for not able-bodied people.
exactly. So is he in school and is he in
Yeah,
senior school then?
yeah. So he's just
Yeah.
started 11.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, it's his first week back. So they've been. His primary school was amazing. His head teacher was amazing at getting him like a reduced timetable. So
Yeah,
he went in for a couple of hours, and if
that's
he didn't
good.
go in, it was okay. His secondary school has been absolutely rubbish.
Yeah,
Senko leader has just been it's almost as if they just don't want to deal with him
yeah,
being there.
yeah.
That's really how my mum's felt. They've just not been good.
And I think
But
because it's invisible, they're
Mhm.
probably, and it's totally wrong, don't get me wrong, but imagine they're probably focusing on the children with higher
Yeah,
sort of like, do you know what I mean? Like more visible
yeah.
illnesses and like sort of things like autism and that who might have higher needs
Mm.
within the school sort of area.
Yeah,
But that's totally unfair to your brother. He
yeah.
deserves
It really
just
is.
as much as everyone else.
Yeah, he came home with like a sheet, and it basically said that they are willing to they're willing to help him until he's healthy, and that but that
Until
they
he's healthy.
yeah, that until his health journey they're going to help him on his journey to recovery. And it's like you like I'm guessing that's just something they send out to all the kids.
Just like
You
a
have
blank
to adapt to it.
statement.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that should be adapted. Like that's not okay. Like that makes it very invalid to him.
And
Validating his
especially if
illness.
someone's getting that and they have got a lifelong condition,
Exactly.
you've completely invalidated their condition in just that small bit of
It's
writing. It's crazy.
yeah,
Oh,
it's really.
bless him. I hope it gets easier for him.
We hope so. He is on a reduced timetable, so
Yeah, brilliant.
he goes in at different time. And he comes home
Yeah,
and stuff, and he's got break. He's got a day break some days.
good.
Yeah, because he's got a nurse who's been really amazing.
That's really
Um,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're just obviously just adapting, and hopefully
Yeah. And
yeah,
hopefully they are understanding and the teachers are understanding and,
yeah.
those sorts of things. So if you could quickly give us a few symptoms that you had that led you to your diagnosis.
Oh God.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just completely like blank when it was that long ago. Fatigue, obviously, like
Yeah,
that was the main one, and I knew it wasn't a normal fatigue.
yeah,
Oh my God, PM, post-exertional malaise.
yeah,
That
yeah,
any activity I did, the fatigue hit me. And the brain fog,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. And
Yeah,
they are very interlaced, aren't they? Fibro and ME, they're very
yeah,
similar in their sort of symptoms. I couldn't think of the
yeah,
word then.
yeah. They
So
are.
with
Yeah,
type 1 diabetes, I think, especially in children, is it the 40s? I sound really bad now, but first tiredness, going to the toilet a lot, yeah, drinking a lot more, even tonsillitis is now, they're saying could possibly be one. I will put a proper list up in the comment section, but it's so important to watch out for these things. And again, with fibro, the fatigue, all over body pain, brain fog is a nightmare,
it really is.
but
Yeah.
that's another conversation. But so what, in doing this podcast, what is really important to you?
I'm spreading awareness about chronic illnesses
Yeah,
and sort of how to um I don't know, how to talk to people with a chronic illness, how to
Yeah,
learn to support a person with
how
chronic
to
illness.
approach them, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and just, just getting voices out there for people that are chronically ill and just different chronic illnesses. I think that's a very important.
absolutely. I think it's so important to, if people can't be their own voice as well, to be that voice for them.
Yeah.
Um, and I think we're both totally on the same page that the main goal with this podcast is just talking about the things that people are worried to talk about, talking about the nitty gritty parts of chronic illness, because it's not all pretty.
No.
Um, even talking, we will have chats where we talk about the funny side, like, what is your flare up made you do? What is your brain fog sort of got? What trouble has it got you into? But yeah, the real important thing is bringing awareness to chronic illnesses, especially ones that are less known about,
Yeah.
and getting people's voices out there.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed your first time co-hosting with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just doing a shorter one today, and we will be back to it next week. So I think we'll talk a bit about type 1 pregnancy. That'll be quite interesting. And hopefully, if it's all right with you, Amelie, we might have a guest on who deals
Yeah.
with fibromyalgia as well. So there'll be
Yeah.
three of us. So
Yeah, I
if we're
love
all having brain fog, it'll be extra fun.
that.
But we've been the Unfiltered Flair, and we can't wait to see you next week.
Bye.